Hello, all. Welcome to the Exposing Grief YouTube channel, where we begin to remove that stigma of grief and expose it for what it truly is, which is a natural and healthy way of living and loving. I also want to welcome you to May. In this month, there are two big holidays worth remembering and honoring and recognizing, and that is Mother's Day and Memorial Day. And both of these holidays have a tendency to bring on actions of honoring and remembering our loved ones. So in honor of these holidays, I want to talk about a topic this month that may be seen as kind of a touchy or hot topic, and it's this idea of determining what to do with our loved ones' belongings after they have passed. So you may be wondering, why is this important in a month that brings remembrance and honoring? Our loved ones' belongings oftentimes is a very common way that we remember and honor and feel connected to our loved ones. So let's dive a little bit deeper and talk about what we do with these. Talking about determining what to do with our loved ones' belongings after they have passed, there are 4 common experiences I'll hear from clients or others who are grieving. Now, keep in mind, if you have an experience outside of these 4, that's okay. Everybody's journey looks different, and I am sure there are a whole wide range of experiences out there that I'm not even touching on. But like I said, these are the most common that'll come up, and I wanted to talk about them today. So these 4 experiences I've broken down into 2 categories. The first category is navigation. The second category is time frame. So let's talk about that navigation category. So experiences in this category might sound like, I don't even know what to do with their things. Where do I even start? Other thoughts are, I just get so overwhelmed even thinking about going towards their things or walking in their room, or even looking at something of theirs. So I'd encourage you to take a minute and think about, have you had any thoughts or experiences that may fit into this navigation category? The second category, that time frame category, may sound something like, I'm just not ready. I'm not ready to go through their belongings. Or another common one I'll hear is people are telling me, like, it's time. You need to start getting rid of their things. And they'll offer to help me, and I'm just not ready, right? So same with this category. I encourage you to think about, what are some of the experiences that you have had, or that maybe you worry about having, that may fit into this category. Okay, you know there's an exercise coming, because that's what this channel is all about, and I love giving you tangible things to start implementing to help with your grief journey. But before we get there, I want to talk about this idea and this question of, why is it so hard to go through our loved ones' things? Why is it so hard to figure out what to do with them? And I don't want to say get rid of them, right? Because that feels really harsh. So why is it so hard to figure out what to do with these things? Right? These things or these items or belongings aren't just things. They're memories, right? They hold memories, they hold meaning. And when we look at them, we don't just see the thing, but we see our person. We see our memory. So when we're going through those and feeling like we have to get rid of them, it feels like we have to get rid of our person, right? And it feels like we're being asked to erase that part of our life. So that's why it can be such a big obstacle in going through our loved ones' things. And not only figuring out what to do with them, but because there are so many memories attached, it fits into that category of navigation of, I get so overwhelmed because when I look at just these things, I'm not seeing these things, I'm seeing my person, right? So if there's a jacket that your loved one just, oh my gosh, they wore this jacket all the time. It was who they were, right? It embodied everything that they were. So now it's more than just a jacket. That jacket is your person, right? It carries so much of your person. Or if your person is a hunter and they have feathers from their first bird, right? Now they're not just feathers. Those feathers hold the memories of that experience and that story, and remembering how they felt and how they lit up and they were so excited when that happened. How do you expect me to get rid of those things, right? So that's the obstacle. That's why it is so difficult for us to go through these things, right? Because they're not just things, they're memories. They're part of our life. So let's talk about an exercise. I'm going to give you this exercise to help you figure out how do we start sorting through things and how do we still honor those memories and meaning that's attached to those items. So let's dive in. Exercise time. This is my favorite part of every video for you guys, and I hope you all enjoy it as well. Before I introduce this exercise and talk about what it is, I do want to put a disclaimer out there of if you are not ready, if even talking about the idea of going through your loved one's belongings is too overwhelming, right? If you're really in that navigation category, it's way too much. I would encourage you to pause and hold off on this exercise, because that's part of the exercise of doing this exercise in a time frame that feels okay for you. So if you're even watching the first beginnings of this video and going, oh my gosh, this is too much, I'm too overwhelmed, maybe hold off on the exercise for now. And when you're ready, come back. This exercise will be here. It's not going anywhere, right? So if you're in that space, honor that, listen to that. That is okay. That is where you are. Good for you. For those of you who may not be in this space, I want to introduce this exercise that I call piles of love. So what we do in this exercise is we create 3 different piles. We create a keep pile, a donate or give away pile, and then an uncertain pile. So in this keep pile, it's going to be everything of your loved one's belongings that you know for sure, I want to hold on to this, right? In that donate giveaway pile, as you go through it, you might find, yeah, we don't need to hold on to this. I have a different way to keep these memories or whatever it might be. We're going to pass this along. And then the uncertain pile is those items that you look at or those belongings that you look at that you go, I don't know. I don't know what to do with these. I'm really stuck. Place it in that pile. Like I said, do this at your pace. Do it at a pace that feels okay, that doesn't feel overwhelming. You don't need to sit down and do it all at once. No way, right? This can stretch over a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, whatever that looks like for you. Once you have those piles, go back to them and take these next steps. So for that keep pile, figure out, what are you going to do with those items, or how are you going to keep those items that is going to help your loved ones stay alive, right? So are you going to transform them? So if, I have a bunch of theater shirts that my mom transformed into a quilt, right? Are you going to do something like that? Do you have like their favorite shirts? Are you going to transform it into a quilt? Or are you going to wear it, right? So if it's a spouse that you lost and you want to hold on to their wedding ring, might you put that as a necklace or a pendant, right? Or are you going to display it, right? Are you just going to have kind of like a little corner of your loved one's favorite things, right? So that keep pile, think about how you want to keep them, right? And if you don't want to display it or transform it, that's totally fine. But figure out, how do you want to keep them and why? For that donate or give away pile, I think this one, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below. I think this one might be the most scary, because it's this idea of like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to give it to like anybody. Like, I don't know where they're going. I'm just going to toss it to strangers, right? So you can be strategic and mindful about how you're donating these or how you're giving these things in this pile away, right? So is there a special organization that maybe resonates with your loved one, or that your loved one really talked about, or that was a part of, that maybe you want to donate to? Or is there a friend or a family member that may really want this item and really cherish this item that you may want to pass that along to, right? So there are different ways that we can kind of get creative on how we donate, as opposed to just sending it to Goodwill and there it sits on a shelf, right? This uncertainty pile, when you come back to it, you might start finding some clarity around these items. So you might look at some of these items and go, why did I put this in here? I'm not really sure, right? So if we have some kind of ambiguity around it, or, kind of neutral feelings, maybe that's something we want to donate, right? Or you may look at it and go, oh my gosh, I don't know why I put this in this box, but so-and-so would really love this. I'm going to pass this along to them, right? Or you may find, I really need to hold on to this, because there might be something that happened from the time you put it in the uncertainty pile to the time that you're looking at it now that went, I need to hold on to that. I came across this memory and this really triggers that memory for me and brings me right back, right? So that uncertainty pile you revisit and you will get some clarity. And again, you might have to revisit multiple times before you figure out what to do with that pile. But the good thing is there's no timeline on this. You don't need to start this exercise and have it be done in 3 weeks and have it all cleared out. No way. Absolutely not. You may take it pile by pile, right? Day by day, whatever that looks like for you. So 3 piles in this piles of love exercise. You have your keep pile, your donate and give away pile, and your uncertainty pile. Go through those things, the keep pile, figure out how do you want to keep those? Do you want to keep them in a special way or do you just want to keep them in a box so you have them? The donate and give away, get creative, right? How do you want to strategically give those away so it doesn't feel like you're just handing them to nowhere, right? And then that uncertainty pile, you'll start getting clarity around it the more and more you revisit it. So engage in this exercise. Comment below if you want to. You can email me if you have questions, but I'm excited to hear how this goes. And remember, take it at your own pace. There is no timeline. This is not a race. You do you. Honor your grief journey in this exercise. So there you have it, a little guide to help us start navigating our loved ones' belongings after they have passed. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns. You can comment below or you can email me directly. My email is below, so please don't hesitate to reach out. I want to say happy Mother's Day and happy Memorial Day. I hope you all have a wonderful May. I look forward to bringing you this month's interview as well, so be sure to tune into that. If you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so you don't miss any of the content coming up. If you are new to this channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. If you love this video and want to get more, feel free to browse around and then don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the other content. I thank you for taking this time to talk about this hot, touchy topic with me, and I hope you got some tangible skills to start helping you navigate that. We will be in touch. Enjoy your May, and I'll talk to you soon.